Hello, thanks for watching. I'm going to teach you how to play Brick by Ben Folds. This is a really easy song because most of it is just the same thing repeated. People call it the saddest song in the happiest chord, D major. And if you know Ben Folds, you know that he's really into D major. It's a really easy key to improvise on because it sounds optimistic. There are only two sharps, C and F. So let's learn Brick. The intro repeats itself throughout the song, so be sure to practice it if you want to accompany yourself while you sing. It sounds like this. Let's begin with the right hand. It essentially consists of three parts, the first of which starting on F sharp, A, D, F sharp, and A. You see, it's just an inversion of the basic D major chord. From there, the second part moves down to E. E, D, E, A, D, E, D, A, D, E. Then back up to the first part. Let's try that again. F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, E, D, E, A, D, E, D, A, D, E. Notice that the only note that changes is the F sharp, which becomes the E. There's also a brief pause as the first E of the second part is held slightly longer than the rest. The end of the intro varies a little bit. After playing the first two parts 3 times each, the second part changes E, D, A, D, A flat, D, E. One more time. So let's review. Then the verse begins, and you play parts 1 and 2 again and again. So now you know the right hand. Let's move on to the left. It's even easier, literally consisting of only 4 notes, D, G, B, and E. You play D for part 1 with the right hand, G for part 2, and then in the end when the right hand changes, B for part 1, and E for the altered part 3. That's really all there is to it, so even an absolute beginner should be able to play this in about half an hour. Let's combine the hands. The same thing is played throughout the verse, but when the lyrics say, "The world is sleeping, I am numb," I like to bolster the sound a bit by playing octaves with the left hand when he says numb. You play the intro all the way through, "They're not home to find us out." The next line, "And we drive," only changes one note on the left hand. The D becomes the B. Do note that part 3 of the intro is only played just before the chorus during the line, "Than I ever have before," after which the chorus starts. So let's play the verse through now. I'll play the verse after the first chorus because it's shorter. They call her name at 7:30. They surround the parking lot. it's very straightforward. The chorus is pretty simple too. This is the part where Ben sings, "She's a brick and I'm drowning slowly." Let's start with the right hand. Play an octave of G with a D in the middle. And you have the first chord. That'll cover you for the first two words, she's a. Next, hit an A major chord, A, C sharp, and E, twice, before moving up to play D. This is a bit of flair that I added. Build up a D major chord, D, F sharp, and A, then D, F sharp, and then cascade down from the upper D, C sharp, B, to A. Let's play that again. From there, jump back down to the first G chord, the A major again, but this time, instead of building up the D major chord like before, play D and F sharp thrice, then bounce between that and C sharp and E, then back down to G, like so. Again. And one more time. Then play the first part again. Before playing this part. This part is D, B, and D as a chord. Then play G and D. Up a step to E, C sharp, and E. Then A, E. Back down briefly to D, B, D, and then A, before finishing with an inverted D major chord, A, D, F. Do you see what you're doing here? It's a cadence and an octave. So let's try that again. Later in the song, this is played again, but slightly differently. Instead of jumping immediately to the D major chord, you'll play the first two chords again, D and E, but from the A and the E chord, you play D and F sharp, D, A, D and F sharp with the right hand, and then an octave of F sharp with the left hand, and then jump to the D major inversion. So, again. Time. Then at the end of the song he plays it an octave higher, but I don't think I need to explain that. How about the left hand? It's very easy as the focus is currently on the right hand. Just play octaves of G for the D chord, A for the E chord, F sharp for the D and F sharp bit, and then D for the final inversion of D. So let's combine the hands. Now for the more complicated one. Now for the bridge. The lyrics are, as weeks went by, she showed that she was not fine, etc. We'll start with the left hand, which again just plays octaves tapping out eighth notes. Start on E, play 8 notes, or one measure. Then do the same with G and F sharp before going back up to E. hand is a wee bit more complicated. The thumb does all the work while the other two fingers man D and E. I use my middle and ring fingers, but that's because I have a weak and pathetic little pinky. It might be easier to play with your ring and pinky fingers. So the thumb plays A, and the other fingers follow up with D and E. So A, D, E, then A flat, D, E, back down D, A, D, E again, G, D, E, D, F sharp, D and E, G, D and E. A, D, E, A flat, D, E, D, A, D, E, G, D, E, D, F sharp, D, E, G, D, E, F sharp, D. And then start over. You'll play all that 3 times, and then in the 4th, the lyrics will be tired, covering the first part, the left hand's E. Finish up this bridge by landing squarely on G with the left hand, and hold it this time, while the right hand hits A and E. After a beat, move the E down to D, and then play F sharp and A for the rest of the lyrics. Of line. Alright, so that's a lot. Let's play the right hand by itself. Now let's combine the hands. From there, you go back into the final verse and the last chorus, and then the song ends. And that's the whole thing. Click here to watch my cover video if you want to play along. If you like this, please drop a coin in my tip jar. The link's in the information.